What's up, world? How's everybody doing today, tonight, tomorrow? As I always say, whatever time, realm, dimension you're living in, I hope you're doing great, feeling blessed, no stress. Whoo, take a deep breath. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's a storm in the background. I mean that literally. Well, more ways than one, I guess I should say. Seems like we were told not too long ago by Trump. It's a calm before the storm, right? Well, there's a storm going on right now around me, and it makes me think, makes me wonder, start to wonder about the world around me, make you wonder, has America and the rest of the world become completely desensitized to the point of not caring or understanding the significance of what's presented to them? Have we gotten to a point now to where, let's say, the JFK files, we used to have a handful of conspiracies, right? There weren't too many out there. One of the biggest was JFK, and still is. People always wanted to know what really happened. But we all know basically what did happen. That makes you wonder, do people really even care, though? Do we do anything, or would others? If tomorrow a paper came out, or the government came out, and admitted all we've said were true, would Americans even bat an eye? Would it just be some kind of water cooler or lunchtime talk and then the next day be gone? If we found out, say, the Vegas shooting did have others involved, truthfully admitted by mainstream or officials, would Americans even really care or do anything about it? Or would they just have some tizzy for a minute and say, like, I'll be darned, yep, the government's been lying to us, and then the next day be over it? See, the problem is we've gotten to a point of what really matters anymore. And what are we really going to do when we find out? What are we going to do when we have the proof that we've had so much of for so long, when we have those people admit the truth? Too many in this world have become complacent. They've become desensitized to everything because so much is going on. We've almost muddied the waters with conspiracy after conspiracy, or as we would say, truth after truth, because the truth is 90% of these things are real that we're talking about. Yeah, there's some placed here to muddy on purpose, placed here to make others say, hey, look at the crazies, they're up to it again. But most are true. Something is going on. But America and most of the rest of the world are so desensitized. You can bring the proof right to their faces, and they can't see it. They live in a world of Pizza Hut, McDonald's, Nike, technocracy, to where the only thing that gets an uproar is like some kind of new Apple phone or device, or some other latest and greatest trendy carrot hanging from a string to keep you distracted and chasing that dream of more stuff, more stuff. Ooh, perfect time with that lightning. So they keep you distracted. They keep you happy and fat. These things, these are the big news. These are the talking points. You watch the news every night. You can probably pick 9 or 10 things out, even on mainstream, that people should be in an uproar about. People should be screaming and fighting about. But what we're presented with is more desensitizing to what we should care about, and sensitizing to what we shouldn't. From things like gender instead of transhumanism, or Hollywood scandals instead of elites and what they're doing to the children of the world. Pushing tech instead of realizing the threat that awaits us. The next big movie full of brainwashing and subliminal messages and predictive programming. Or what does Matthew McConaughey eat for breakfast? Probably a big box of all rights. Maybe that last one's important. Maybe that one. That's about it. But we have lost sight of what's important. We have lost sight of what counts. Truly, we've lost sight of humanity and what makes us human. We are becoming those robots that we fear already. We've become the AI system we warn about. A lot of people out there in this world, they talk a big game. They got a big old bark. They bark at the postman every time he walks by. But what do they do? Nothing. What does the rest of the world do? Most people bicker And then the next day, hey, you going to watch the football game? Which really sucks because I like football. Yeah, I know it's a distraction. I know it's part of that distraction. I played football, though. I enjoy the game. And it sucks. But unfortunately, yeah, we've lost sight of who we are, what makes us, values. We talk about these machines taking over the world. Problem is, most of the world and the people in it are already those machines. It's already a system, overrun and overwhelmed. This desensitization, this predictive program society we live in, we're shown all the time exactly what is going on, what is going to happen, what exactly did happen. But nobody bats an eye. They all look the other way, move on, nothing to see here, and it's just, duh, okay, they said move on, nothing to see here, move along, little sheep. Like when a cop says, put your phone away, even though you're in a public area and they're arresting somebody, and you have to move along even though you're in a public area. Show me your ID even though you don't have to. Am I being detained? Well, I don't have to answer that. I got a badge, even though I'm a public servant. I'm not saying all cops are bad either. Just saying there's some out there. I have a couple friends who are cops. They're great people. Some of them, okay, I'll admit, one of my buddies, he did turn into a douchebag, and I don't talk to him anymore. But most just people don't understand. You have rights. We have lost everything that we, the people, have built. December 7th was my birthday. Yep, Pearl Harbor Day. For, Justin's birthday. Whatever you want to call it. But that day. America, though, has been built on war. 224 years out of 241. 93% of its short time. Do people not see the system that keeps this war system of created false flag fear, keeps it going? This country has been built and rebirthed during the Depression. On war, basically. A born-again venture to create society raised on fear-mongering and war. Boogeymen and false flags to take away our rights. Or most have given them away. Most have been scared of everything now. To be so scared of what's around the next corner, they beg for mercy. They beg for protection from those they should fear most. People have missed the overwhelming evidence, or choose pretty much not to see it. The false flags, the Pearl Harbors, the Vietnams, the 9/11s, the Las Vegases. They no longer see the writing on the wall. What's right in front of them? Society is part of that machine now, installed with a virus that has taken over like no other. A sickness by big pharma, a monopoly by big banks, a plague of darkness by big oil, a tidal wave of weather manipulation. Unfortunately, it's gotten to a point to where we can't control. This world is almost out of our hands, but could so easily be taken back if we, the people, realize the power we still have. We can't give it away. Together, we can have that dream. We can have those lives we should. We see how quickly things are changing. What's in the news, what we're surrounded by. The fact that this storm that's in the background right now is a great metaphor for the storm that's around us in life. The storm that's brewing. We see the largest war games ever taking place. We see this calmness that we've had since some of these events, these false flags that happened. A lot are calling for something big to be coming. And I myself believe, unfortunately, in my gut that something big is coming. We see the downfall of humanity and the way things are going, the fact that an AI system and the technocracy that faces us, an AI system has more rights than any other women in Saudi Arabia. Something wrong with that, if you ask me. And the fact that we're running out of time to get these messages out there. In fact, YouTube just hired 10,000 more people to crack down on channels like mine. They say it's, to crack down on things like Elsagate, even though they knew it already existed. They've been paying them. They've been monetizing them and promoting them and letting them out there. It's not something you miss. So they're going to be coming after people like me and RFB and High Impact Flicks. It's starting to get to where maybe this ship has sailed. You know, I'm going to ride this thing until I can't ride it anymore. But maybe the day's coming to where we need to start looking at other things. People like, you know, RBN, Chris Hinckley. Go check him out. Listen to the truth that he's telling the people. Don't take my word for it. Go listen. Great information. Even though they might stop us here at YouTube, we can keep it going. See, it's getting to a point, you know, before we know it, it's boom, lights out. The darkness we have warned about, that storm, that'll be all that's left. We can't give up with the time we have, and we got to keep pushing and pushing hard. And I always say it, we got to do it together, y'all. We've got to stand united. Just like those powers that be, they may put on these, you know, fake left and right divisions that they have, but truthfully behind the scenes, they're all one big dark entity. And we've got to fight them as one big light entity. I hope you all hear that, and I hope you all try that, please. All right, everybody. Thank you so much, always, from the bottom of my heart. More than anything, y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay incredible. Look out for the storm. See ya.